Got a special new guest from way on the West Coast. We don't run into USC Trojans at all, but we got BC from the Light the Torch podcast. How are we doing today?
Doing just fine. How about yourself?
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. I've connected with him over the college huddle. Wanted to jump right into it. I was looking at some stats with Lincoln Riley last year, 9-4, lost in the Alamo Bowl. 2024, 7-6, 8-5. So from a USC Trojan diehard fan, what's your thoughts on Lincoln Riley, and is he where you want to be? How is he overall? What's the pulse from Trojan Nation with Lincoln Riley?
It's not where we envisioned us to be when we first got word that Lincoln Riley was going to be our head coach. Like year one, we were ecstatic. It sucked that we were just kind of a few plays away and Caleb Williams getting injured from not making the playoffs. But then it kind of went south even with Caleb. So he was blessed with early success, which I think he said in an interview at one point that Bob Stoops said, just don't win too early. Because if you win too early, then they're going to have a lot of expectations for you. So that's kind of where he kind of had the issues with, is winning early, having a Heisman Trophy winner, and then not having that same type of success moving forward. So,
yeah, and then I know we didn't cross paths, but, just down here in SEC territory, we would always think about Lincoln Riley, great offensive mind, put up some points. Getting Heisman Trophy winners out of the transfer portal, he's doing that. But then he would be a little allergic to defense, what he was always known for, and we're getting shootouts. Georgia beat him in a shootout, but we got the win, actually, ironically, at the Rose Bowl in 2017. Great, probably one of the better games I've ever watched, maybe even the college football playoff. So got the win over that.
I remember that.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. Glad we beat him because, I don't know, let's just say he didn't have the best demeanor, a little cocky. But got to win over that. So he would always get criticized for that. So how's the defensive coordinator for this year? Not really sure who it is. How's that looking coming off 9-4?
Well,
on defense?
The defensive coordinator now is someone that everyone is very familiar with, is Gary Patterson, the former head coach for TCU. Okay. He was out of coaching for I think 5 years because he had to be out of coaching to make the College Football Hall of Fame. And so now he's been inducted to the Hall of Fame. Now he's wanting to coach again. And from what people are saying is that he doesn't want to be a head coach, so he's happy with being a defensive coordinator. So that works well for us. We're not worried about him getting poached to be a head coach somewhere else. But yeah, at first we were kind of nervous about Gary Patterson being the head coach. We had some ideas who we wanted to be not the head coach, but the defensive coordinator, the DC that got let go from Texas. We were kind of hoping that he would be the new DC. He had some Cali ties, but we went with the person that kind of was the underrated kind of hire, I would say, at the DC. There was a lot of other people that some of the USC fans were throwing out there, but we're with what we've seen from the spring practice and just his kind of interviews. We're pretty excited about Gary Patterson, and he's known for his defenses. So we'll see how well this goes for him against the Big Ten kind of defense offenses.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then I think that was definitely an upgrade. He did really well. Hard-nosed coach at TCU. They always had good defenses. I think that's a great hire. So looking at a little bit more on Lincoln Riley. So I got 53-35. Coming off 9-4, 7-6. Any kind of pressure this year? I'm not sure how his contract is. Off-season talk here. Any hot seat talk from a USC fan? Do you like where they're at? Do you even like Lincoln Riley? I mean, it's okay not to like him. What do you think?
Yeah, so there is pressure for him this year to win early, or at least to win this season. We have our returning quarterback in Jayden Maiava coming back, and so. And that intel of having Jayden Maiava come back, we lost a 5-star quarterback in Hassan Longstreet to LSU because he thought he was probably going to be getting the keys to the car, I guess you can say. But so with Chad Bowden being our GM, we signed the #1 overall recruiting class this past season. So there is definitely a lot of pressure because it's not really about personnel at this point now. We have a lot of returning starters for both defense and offense. So it's kind of just now it's time to put up or shut up.
Yeah. I could definitely see that, especially looking at, I know he had a lot of expectations coming in for Oklahoma. He did really well there.
Yep.
Jaden, did I say his name right? So
yeah, Jaden Maiava, yeah.
Yeah, so look back to Georgia. He was actually committed to Georgia for a cup of coffee, like a day. I wouldn't even call it maybe a half cup, but he waited for a day before going to USC, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, I think it was like like in the middle of the night, he was committed to Georgia, and then first thing in the morning, he's flipping to USC. I was like, oh, that was quick.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
What was your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, I liked him at the time. Was that what year was that actually? Has he been there 2 years?
Yeah, 2025. No, 24. He came in 24.
So Carson Beck just came off probably his best year, 2023. I doubt he might have pushed him, but he probably would have been looking at as a backup. So I can kind of see if he wanted to play right away because Carson Beck was the man going into that. We even had Gunnar Stockton, who's now so. And Georgia's one of those you got to wait your turn. Rarely does a guy come in and play right away. You got to.
Yeah, he didn't even start. He didn't even start when he got to USC. He actually had to sit behind. I'm blanking his name. I apologize. He went to Louisville, but he started probably the last 4 games of the season of the 2024 year. So he didn't start right off the bat. He had to wait his turn. Basically, we started to have some issues with late turnovers late in the season. So we decided to bench our starter at the time and go with Jaden.
Wasn't that a Sloven kid, was it? I'm just guessing.
No, it wasn't Keaton Slovis. It was I feel so bad that I can't remember.
And then Kalen Williams, that was when did he go in the league?
Caleb went in 2023. So okay. It was I'm going to have it here. Miller Moss.
Okay, gotcha. No problem.
Yeah.
And since you guys are in the Big Ten, how has the move to the Big Ten affected USC coming over from the Pac-12?
So it was rough. So I'm technically in Big Ten country. I'm in Minnesota.
All right.
So I was born in California, but I'm out here because of my wife. So I'm in Minnesota. So it's good for me. I get to go to all the games that are away. Like I went to a Purdue game. I went to Minnesota. I'm probably going to go to Wisconsin this year. Nice. So it's good, but then it's kind of rough with the travel for the players. And this is something that we kind of criticized Lincoln Riley about a little bit. Like he would leave the day before, so he wouldn't give them some time to kind of acclimate to like the time zone difference, and it kind of gave us some issues in that aspect. But it's good. Like it's a lot tougher. It's definitely forcing USC to be on the tougher end of it, because we all kind of knew what the Pac-12 was kind of like. It was kind of more like a high-flying offenses with a little bit of defense here and there, with like some of the teams like Utah playing some tough-nosed defense, and USC every once in a while we would have the good defenses. But yeah, like it was definitely it was kind of a wake-up call that we had to be a lot bigger in the trenches to be able to kind of hang with the Big Ten or the SEC teams coming from the Pac-12.
Yeah, I can see that. Big Ten, and got to give it to them. We had the Ohio State. Big Ten is the best conference currently. I know SEC. I mean, you win 3 straight, that's a trend.
Yeah.
So they are the best right now. Could be historically. You know, we could have a debate on that, but right now you got to give it to them. Big Ten is the best currently. One other question is, wanted to see heading into the 2026 season, what are some strengths and weaknesses for the Trojans heading into this season?
So right now, the strength is our offensive line. We're returning all 5 offensive line from last season, which is great. And the thing about it is, we're not sure if they're actually going to be starting this year. Some of the players, like, because we have a really good freshman class that from the 2026 class, and also some players that are going to be stepping up. Our center was a former walk-on. He did earn his scholarship, and so yeah, like, it really is up in the air. But the fact that our returning starters may not even be the starters is definitely a sign that we have a lot of good potential to be able to start on the offensive line. And then when it comes to our weakness, I would say is our rush defense. Our run defense was rough last year. We got ran all over by Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. That was disgusting.
Great player.
Yeah, great player. And he wanted to go to USC, but we just never recruited him. So that sucks to hear that. But other than that, like that's probably the weakness, and our biggest question mark is our rush defense, because our defensive line was fairly young in a sense that they were kind of getting pushed back into the linebackers, and the linebackers weren't like really kind of making that like getting that first read to go up to the line to meet the running back. So it was kind of rough on that end.
Gotcha. And how about from USC Trojans wise, do they use the portal a lot? Like, how many portal guys do they get? Do they lose a lot of attrition, or have they been kind of going organically and trying to really leaning on the recruiting class? How has it USC's been constructing their team?
So when it comes to the transfer portal, we were pretty light on the transfer portal this year. And we were hoping that we were kind of going to be a little bit more transfer portal heavy, especially on the defensive line portion of it. But Lincoln Riley said he learned from the early success is that you can't survive like completely on the transfer portal. Granted, some teams can. We saw what Indiana did, but other than that, it's just kind of like for the 26 class, we had 36 players that we recruited. So that it was a record for USC. So we're definitely leaning into the high school range for it. But we did do the transfer portal at first, but Lincoln Riley wants to go and develop more.
Gotcha. Yeah, Georgia's kind of doing for us. I think we had 8 or 9 guys in the transfer portal. Kirby's really leaning on returning a lot of guys, and that's where he spent a lot of the NIL money. So I kind of always look at it, we got some cracks in the boat, and he's trying to plug some. But it could be it doesn't work this year, and we're getting punched in the face on recruiting for the 2027. I think they're like 21, 22. They've whiffed on a lot of guys. Not sure what's going on. They're just getting money whipped, because that is not – a lot of hand-wringing over here. We've missed on a lot of guys in the last week or two. And they're trying to poach the guys that are already committed. Like, they got some guys flipped, so I'm not sure if we're getting just out money bagged or what. But sign of the times. But everybody's got money. It's competitive. So I don't know if Kirby needs to switch it up.
Yeah, like we used to our NIL used to be rough before. Like we didn't really have a GM to kind of do the negotiation. Apparently, rumors was that Lincoln Riley was also part of the discussions for NIL, so he kind of was being stretched really thin. But now we have Chad Bowden, who came over from Notre Dame, which is kind of funny that we poached their GM, and he kind of turned our NIL completely upside down. And he was going door to door to all of our boosters and everything like that. So he definitely put in the work to kind of get our NIL where it needs to be. And we did get into some quote unquote bidding wars for some of these players, like Luke Wafel. That was a very like last minute kind of situation. At first we were told that he was going to be committed to USC like at 10 o'clock at night, and then Ohio State came in, and then first thing in the morning he was ours. He was committed to USC. So it definitely worked out for us. He ended up being the number 1 player in that 26 class. So
that's awesome. Yeah, and then looking at the 2027 class, looks like you guys are number 10 according to 247. That's usually one I like going to. Any guys that you're excited about? Maybe any guys that are under the radar or coming up that you're looking to get? Looks like you got Mekhi Brown, edge rusher. He's a 5-star, and we'll call him Johnson, Honor Johnson. I want to try
Yeah,
that one.
Honor
He's
Falave
an athlete,
Johnson.
6'1", 190.
Yeah, I'm excited for Honor Falave Johnson. Like he's going to be a two-way player for USC. He's going to be a safety for us and also play running back. The dude is an absolute stud. If you watch some of his highlights, you would think that it's fast forward because he's just running so fast. And yeah, I'm really excited for him. He just earned his 5th star on 247 because I think On 3 had him at a 5-star and 247 had him at a 4-star, a high 4-star, but now he just got to a 5-star for him. So I'm excited for that for him, and also Quentin Hale. Quentin Hale, he's definitely a jump ball specialist. He has great hands. He has great range. So I'm really excited for him. Yeah, those two I would say are probably the ones that I'm most excited for. And also Roy Oliver the third. He's a wide receiver as well. Fun fact is that USC has had 3 All-American wide receivers like in high school all commit to USC. So we had Trent Mosley, Roy Oliver, and then and Boobie Feaster. They were all considered All-Americans in each year. So it's really exciting for our wide receivers, which I feel like USC has an abundance of right now.
Yeah, that's really good. And didn't have a quarterback for 2027. Are you guys focused on getting a quarterback or transfer portal?
That's a situation that is very kind of a sensitive within the USC fandom. Everyone wants a quarterback this year because right now we will have one quarterback and a walk-on next season. So in essence, we should have a quarterback, but Lincoln Riley, when he narrows into a quarterback, he goes all into that one quarterback. And then if somehow he doesn't get them, like he has to go back and reevaluate them. And apparently he's doing some reevaluations this month on some quarterbacks. So I think we had a few quarterbacks on campus, but they were for the 2028 and 2029 season. So we're kind of wondering, is he going to kind of get a low 3-star quarterback that is going to be more of a developmental kind of quarterback rather than one that has the potential to start right off the bat? Or is he going to try to lean heavy into the transfer portal, which I think we're going to do both. I think he's going to get a 3-star and then also go for a quarterback in the transfer portal. But it's kind of hard to think about what quarterbacks that could be in the transfer portal next year. So we'll see what the landscape looks like after this season.
I figured that'd be easy, not an easy one. I'm just saying because, hey, you can say, hey, Baker Mayfield, transfer portal Heisman Trophy, Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I think he's had, 3 or 4 guys, which is crazy. Heisman Trophy candidates. I figured just get him in the room, but maybe easier said than done these days.
It's crazy because a lot of the Heismans have been transfers. Like, what's his name that went to Indiana? Why can't I remember? Mendoza? Yeah, Fernando. He came from Cal to Indiana. Caleb was a transfer from Oklahoma to USC. Who was the other quarterback that? Jaden Daniels was a transfer as well. So you can get a Heisman quarterback in that transfer portal. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then I did want to ask, just because it's been the headlines this week. What are your thoughts on the Brandon Sawyer, Texas Tech fiasco? Or I think it's crazy, but
it's crazy. There has to be some kind of. I think the judge is betting on Texas Tech to win it all.
Oh, yeah.
I can't fathom that someone will allow this to be legal, or at least to have that kind of temporary injunction or whatever they call it. It just kind of takes a lot of the credibility out of the sport, I feel like.
It does. I mean, you got to have consequences. I know everybody's saying it. $90,000. He admitted it, and I know
That's insane.
the attorney's trying to say, hey, it's not going to be good for his mental. I mean, but hey, I mean, like I heard somebody talking about, all right, an alcoholic kills somebody with a DUI. He might have mental issues, but he's still an alcoholic. He's going to jail.
Yeah.
And then it's coming out. I think I was reading today that Texas Tech's trying to play the good guy role. As we might not even play him. He's going to be a part of him. He's going to play. And then now I'm hearing that he hasn't had the best stats at all. Like they're paying him $5 million, and this guy hasn't done much. He's got like a less than 500 all-time record. I don't know much about the guy, but
yeah, I think he had a decent season again with Cincinnati just recently, but he hasn't always been a starter. When he was at Indiana, I don't think he was a starter. He played in a few games, but that's it. But yeah. I don't know. Like they paid him from what I heard, like $5 million. So they're going to play him.
That'd be funny if they came in there and they're like 9-3 or something, and or he gets injured because some people might be after him.
Yeah. I mean, it would be kind of karma, I guess you can say. Like it could be a situation like with Aaron Rodgers when he went to the Jets, like 3 plays later, injured Achilles. And I don't want him to get hurt. I just want the integrity of the sport to still be there. Exactly. And the fact that he kind of put that in danger with his gambling kind of just ruins that. And the fact that the judge, for some reason, does not even think that this is going to hurt the sport is just crazy. And he's just more worried about his worth or whatever of that he's losing the money from his NIL. Like he should have thought of that before he started gambling.
Yeah. Not a good look. Black eye on college football. I know they've been talking about it, but yeah, not good at all. They gotta change some rules, regulations. But
yeah, like the college football has been like the integrity of it has been what we all love from like the very beginning, like how it was just like all just tradition and all that stuff has been slowly like being sucked out of college football.
Right. All right, BC, a little off-season talk here. Give me your top 5 all-time USC Trojans, and then maybe your favorite USC Trojan you got a jersey of, or you would say, I know that's out of the blue, but give us some USC history here, player-wise.
So, like, are you saying all-time favorite or all-time greatest?
Give me your, given your opinion, how about this? Give me your Mount Rushmore, and then give me your all-time favorite. Maybe you got a jersey of, or you grew up watching. How about that? Just you.
Okay. Yeah. So Mount Rushmore, Reggie Bush, Marcus Allen. I'm not going to put a certain person up there because of his issues.
Matt Lern.
Okay, I'm gonna put Troy Polamalu.
Okay,
I love his instinctual plays. And let's see. For the fourth one, I'm gonna go with recency bias. I'm gonna go with Caleb.
Okay.
But my favorites. This is actually something that we discussed on our podcast. So for my favorites that I want or that for USC is Reggie Bush, number 1, Caleb Williams, number 2, Matt Leinart, number 3, Troy Polamalu, number 4, and Ray Maualuga, number 5.
All right, man. You guys have some ballers. I like it.
Yeah.
How about favorite coach? I'm guessing Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll all the way.
Okay.
I liked Lane Kiffin a lot, but it wasn't the right time for him. He was still young, and I liked him. Like he has a lot of charisma, and I know a lot of people don't like him right now, especially Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Ole Miss loves him.
He's done a lot of like he's done, I wouldn't say damage, but he's kind of left teams in like left bad taste in a lot of teams' mouth. Like Tennessee, he left them high and dry to go to USC, and then Ole Miss. So, but I like the guy. He's funny. He's fun to watch.
Yeah. All right. So you probably know it better than I do. So we always heard rumors. Was it true that Lane Kiffin, like they didn't even let him back on the plane when they fired him? Was that
they left him on the tarmac.
Wow.
Yeah. After the Arizona State game, they left him on the tarmac.
Okay. I did hear that. And then one other one. What was the whole thing with Steve Sarkisian? Do you have a little bit of a drinking issue while I was there? They let him go. What were the rumors with that? You probably know better than I do. This is just rumors over here on SEC country.
So we have this thing called Tribute to Troy, which is like for the donors and like pretty much for the donors and like former Trojans. And he showed up a little inebriated, I guess you can say, to that, which is not good for the head coach to show up in front of donors. And then there was rumors that he was a little bit inebriated on the sideline. I can neither confirm that or any of those. But that's just the rumors.
All right. Gotcha. Okay. I always wanted that since I had a USC guy. All right. Had to ask.
No worries. Yeah.
Good. All right. Real quick, wanted to do a little schedule preview and maybe give me your ceiling, or if the bottom fell out, or what of course you would like to go undefeated, but just looking at it. Looks like there's some winnable games. Maybe that week 4 is going to be tough, but and you got Indiana. So anyway, what's your thoughts on the schedule looking at it here?
Are you talking about like to the 26th season or the 27th season?
I believe, is this this is 27. This is 27. My bad. User error. Hold on.
No worries.
Let me change 26-7. Sorry. I don't know why I was thinking that. I was thinking the recruiting class popped up. A little change here. Here we go. Anyway, San Jose. Here we go. San Jose State, Fresno.
Yep.
Raging Cajuns. Looks like those first 3 or 4 kind of get you warmed up, as they say. But what's your got Oregon, and Washington back to back, and Penn State. Okay.
Yeah, we have a rough go, and then we have Ohio State on Halloween. So, our home games are pretty rough, and then we also
you got Ohio State and Indiana back to back. That's tough.
Yeah. So, the best case scenario is that we go undefeated at home. Okay. We were undefeated at home last year, so we're hoping to do that again this year. We have Oregon at home. We went to Oregon last year, and that didn't work out for us, and so we're looking for revenge on the 27th, or is it the 27th or 26th? 26th. Mm-hmm. So Oregon fans have been coming at us, and we're just ready for the 26th to happen. So that's going to be the real tone setter for this game or for the season. If we can, I'm not going to say this, but we have to beat Oregon to really kind of gauge where this season is going to be. Like if we beat Oregon, I definitely see a college football playoffs. And if we get beat, it depends on if we do lose to Oregon, if it's like a close one, like if it's a 3-point game or so, then there's still some hope within that season. But the Oregon game is kind of really where we're going to be able to gauge where this team is going to be, especially just on the defense, because they have a lot of returning. They have Dante Moore coming back, so one of the premier quarterbacks in the country. So we really have to kind of that's really how we're going to gauge all this, especially our defense.
Gotcha. I know we're early on in June here, but if you had to give a schedule prediction, what would it be for your record for the year if you had to pick?
I'm going to say 10-2.
Okay, 10-2 gets you playoffs. All right.
Yes. Yeah. That Washington game is tricky. Like, it's always tough to go into Washington. They're very loud, and it could be coming off a very high of beating beating Oregon. So we could be kind of like a little bit lackluster in energy after beating Oregon, having a really tough game against them, and then Indiana. They're the former national champ, or they're the national championship team, winning team. So we all know how they're going to be coached. They're going to be really tough to play. So, especially at home for them. So,
yeah, I'll say this pretty tough schedule. You got some landmines in there.
Yeah, as long as we can stay undefeated at home, that's like protect the house. We're good.
That's right.
If we go undefeated at home, then it's pretty much, I feel like we have a real good chance of making the playoffs for the first time, at least with Lincoln Riley. So, or at least in this whole time. So,
yeah, man. All right, we will see. It'll be here before you know it. Less than 100 days.
That's crazy.
And it is. It's this year's flying by for me. I'm not sure about yourself, man. It's like June. I can't believe it's June already. But
yeah, I'm excited for it, and it's going to be very interesting this year. Like there's a lot of good teams. What are your thoughts about Georgia this year?
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same range. We'll do breakdowns earlier, but we got a lot of guys coming back. Got Gunnar Stockton back, who had a good year last year, top 10 in Heisman Trophy. Our defense should be a whole lot better. Got a lot of guys coming back. O-line, D-line should be good. If I had to question anything, it is our wide receivers.
Okay,
we lost 6 out of 7, but a little not as tough schedule. We do have to go to Alabama, which is our kryptonite, our nemesis. It's only 2-8 against them, but we did blow them out in the SEC championship game. And then we do go to Ole Miss, who beat us early out last year. So I'm kind of similar. I'd say USC, that 10-2, 11-1, and I wouldn't mind skipping the SEC championship game because didn't get us anywhere the last 2 years, didn't move at all. Don't want to just have a meaningless game where you get some guys injured. So I'm kind of in that.
Yeah, they need to fix something with that because it's kind of pointless to play that if you if you lose that, then that could really kind of ruin your chances of getting to the playoffs at that point. So they they need to fix something with that.
Yeah, definitely. It's just another added game. I could see them actually doing away with it eventually, which is that used to be the goal, was to get the SEC championship game, but now it's not as relevant. And if we go 24 teams, man, this thing's really watered down. Then you can go 9-3, 8-4 and get in, but that'll kill the regular season.
I just want to make the playoffs before that happens, because then it just doesn't feel as worth. Like it doesn't feel as as special, because there's a lot of teams that can be in the top 24 that probably shouldn't be in the playoffs.
I agree. Let's hope they hold on as long as they can, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, BC, appreciate you coming on. And how do we follow Light the Torch on
appreciate
social media?
You having us on here, and but yeah, follow us on Light the Torch podcast on Twitter, and then on YouTube, Light the Torch podcast. And there we go live Thursday and Sundays, pretty much every week, and we take live phone calls. So if you ever want to hop in to our chat and get onto a phone call with us, whether you're friendly or not, as long as you just keep it respectful, we'll let you talk. That's all we expect, is just respect from both ends. So, but yeah, definitely go ahead and give us a follow or subscribe on there. So I really appreciate you having us on your platform, and we'll have to have you on our channel here just to kind of talk Georgia football.
Yeah, man, love to talk some SEC and Georgia football. Yeah, definitely check out Light the Torch on Twitter. And they're over 1,000 subscribers, which is impressive on YouTube.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. One last thing, because they always mention it. Who's the real USC? USC or is it South Carolina?
Is that really even a question? Like, I don't know why they try to claim it. They can claim it for women's basketball. I'll give them that, but not for football or anything else, because we are the real USC.
I agree, but they do. So I live in Charlotte. It's probably an hour and a half away. They do say USC around there. So I will say that's the thing. That's like saying the real Death Valley, even though the week one's going to be the real Death Valley. I think Clemson's got to go to LSU. They'll figure out who the real Death Valley is. So that'll be good. Similar.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you having us.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, BC, and make sure to like, subscribe, share the Doghouse podcast, and we'll have some other good off-the-season talk coming up.
All right. Fight on.
Hey, fight on. Go Dogs.